Hey guys, it's your girl Tiffany Satchel, your 1111 coach. I know my hair looks crazy. I just got off work, okay? And I want to tell you a story. This is a cosmic story, okay? For the Cosmic Chronicles. I hope that you're following that that playlist, okay? It's going to be many, many stories, and they're all going to be geared off of my experiences. I'm going to utilize my experiences to explain different cosmic laws to help support you on your journey. I hope that they'll support you on your journey, okay? All right. This one is called Staying True to Yourself Through Life's Challenges. The Law of Essential Integrity. Okay? I know most of the time I'm in the car, I have my phone down here because it's too distraction, to have it up. So, but this, I'm not driving right now. I'm just chilling in the car. I could take mine. All right, so here's the story. Mystique had always been a woman of resilience, but life had a way of testing her strength in ways she never imagined. It had been a rough couple of months. Her son had just gotten out of jail, and they were finally beginning to rebuild their relationship. There were wounds that needed healing, words left unspoken, and moments lost that couldn't be regained. But for the very first time in a very long time, she felt a sense of hope, a glimmer of something brighter on the horizon. It was her mother's birthday, and Mystique was on her way to meet her siblings for a small celebration. The weight of her life had been pressing down on her, but today was supposed to be a break. A moment to breathe, a moment to celebrate. She was driving down the highway when her phone rang. It was her son. The tone of his voice sent a chill through her before he even spoke the words. "Mom, Dad's gone." They were prepping him for surgery at the hospital, and he didn't make it. He passed away. The world around Mystique blurred as her grip tightened on the steering wheel. Her child's father, the man who had been a part of her life in one way or another for so long, despite their toxic relationship, was gone. And now she was faced with a new challenge, helping her son prepare his father's funeral. She pulled over to the side of the road. The reality of the situation hitting her like a wave crashing against the shore. The relationship between her and her son's father had always been difficult. They fought more than they loved, and communication had never been their strong suit. Yet here she was, being asked to step into a role she never imagined, supporting her son through his grief, planning a funeral for a man who had caused her quite a bit of pain. And breaking the news to her grandson, who was only 5 years old. Her heart broke as she thought about her grandson, so full of life, with no understanding of what death truly meant. How could she tell him that he wouldn't see Pop anymore? How could she explain the finality of it all to a child whose world still revolved around games, laughter, and the simple joys of life? Mystique leaned back in the driver's seat, feeling the tears welling up in her eyes. This was too much, too heavy. But just as she was about to drown in the weight of it all, something clicked in her heart. The message of the law of essential integrity was something she had come across in her spiritual studies, but now it resonated in a way she hadn't felt before. This law was about staying true to herself, especially in the midst of life's challenges. It wasn't about being perfect or having all the answers, but about making decisions that aligned with your inner truth, even when it was difficult, even when it hurt. She realized that despite her complicated feelings about her son's father, she had to act from a place of truth for herself, for her son, and most of all, for her grandson. This wasn't about the past anymore. It was about standing in integrity and doing what was right and supporting the ones she loved through this moment of grief. Mystique called her son back. Her voice was calm, but the weight of the situation through this was clear. It'll be okay. Everything's going to be okay. I'll help you plan the funeral. And we'll find the right words for your son. We're going to tell him gently. We'll be there for him when he asks questions. In the days that followed, Mystique found herself leaning into the strength that she had been cultivating all her life. She sat with her son as they went over the details on the funeral. She offered comfort, but she also stood firm in her boundaries. She knew she couldn't fix everything for him, but she could walk with him through it. When it came time to tell her grandson, she knew it wasn't going to be easy. But she knelt down beside him, her heart heavy but steady. Baby, you know how we talk about heaven sometimes? Well, Pop had to go there. He's not with us anymore, but he loves you so very much, and we love you too. Her grandson blinked up at her, his big eyes wide with confusion. But when is he coming back? Mystique held him close, wrapping her arms around him tightly. He's not coming back, sweetie. But he'll always be in your heart. And if you ever want to talk to him, you can. You can always talk to him from here, she said, tapping on his chest gently. The little boy nodded, snuggled deeper into her embrace. And in that moment, Mystique knew that she had did right by him. She had acted with integrity, with love, and with truth. Days turned into weeks, and slowly they began to heal. Her son found a sense of peace, and her grandson learned to carry his pop-pop in his heart. Mystique knew that life would continue to challenge her, but she also knew she would continue to rise, continue to grow, because she was learning. The law of essential integrity had shown her that in the most difficult moments, staying true to herself would always guide her forward. And as she looked out at her family, grieving, healing, and growing, she knew that she was exactly where she needed to be, standing in her power, walking in her truth, and leading with love. I hope you enjoyed this story and that it supports you in becoming a master as you navigate your life. I'll see you on the next bit.